So today I'm going to do my first book haul video. I have been posting on my blog about some of the books that I've acquired over the month of May, and I decided it was time to finally put them into one giant video and show you guys all of the books that I've acquired over the month. I have two sections of books that I'm going to show you guys today. The first is adult fiction, and I have two adult fiction books, and the second is young adult novels, and I have 5 young adult novels to show you guys today. So let's get started. The first adult fiction that I have to show you guys is Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I am addicted to this TV series, and I have heard amazing things about the book series as well, so I decided it was time to go out and pick up the first book in the series and give it a shot. I have not started reading it yet, but I am definitely super excited to read it and see how the TV series compares to the book series. The second book I have to show you in adult fiction is Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This book kind of focuses on a circus that shows up at night, doesn't come with any warnings or announcements, and is one of the most impressive circuses that people in the area have ever seen. While the circus is going on, there are 2 sorcerers or circus performers who have to duel each other, and their duel eventually ends up putting the lives of the circus performers and the circus goers at stake. I'm about 30 pages into this book right now, and I'm loving the writing style of the author, so I can't wait to see what else this book has in store for me. Alright, so now we're going to start the young adult novels. The first young adult novel I have to show you guys is Extraordinary by Nancy Werlin. I have read Impossible by Nancy Werlin, so when she came out with the second book, I had to pick it up. This book focuses on 2 characters named Phoebe and Mallory who are best friends until Phoebe's brother Ryland shows up, and Mallory finds herself drawn to Ryland for no explainable reason. It turns out that Mallory and Ryland expect Phoebe to pay some sort of age-old debt. This book kind of sticks with the theme that Nancy Werlin has of focusing on women who have to overcome a family curse or some sort of debt or obstacle, kind of rise above and find a life for their own. The next book I have to show you guys is called Shadiby by Taherah Mafi. I have heard amazing things about this book, and I was super drawn to it just by the cover art. I can give a close-up of that for you guys. Cover art is amazing. I have started reading this book. I'm 7 chapters in right now. This is a dystopian young adult novel. It focuses on a girl named Juliet who, every time she touches someone, her touch actually ends up being fatal. The Reestablishment, which is the group that overthrew the government, ends up locking her away in solitary confinement for like 200 some days until they throw a boy into the cell with her. And she ends up remembering him from somewhere, and it's kind of her story about discovering how to fight back against the Reestablishment and avoid the plans they have for her for becoming some sort of a weapon in this giant dystopian world. The next book I have for you guys is An Abundance of Katherines by John Green. I have only read The Fault in Our Stars so far, and I was super excited to get my hands on An Abundance of Katherines. This book focuses on a character named Colin who definitely has a type with the women he dates. They're all named Catherine. He's dated 19 Catherines and been dumped every single time. This book focuses on a road trip that he takes with his friend Judy to kind of figure out how to avoid being the dumpy and finally win the girl. I love John Green's writing style, so I'm super excited to have gotten my hands on this book and be able to read more of John Green. Alright, next book I have to show you is The Raven Boys, which is the first book in the Raven cycle. This book focuses on a character named Blue Sergeant, who for her entire life has been told that when she finds her true love, she will end up killing him. And eventually it causes her to kind of give up on the idea of true love and stop believing in it just in general, until she meets a character named Gansey. Gansey is a member of a group called the Raven Boys, who are really associated with being a troublesome group. However, once Blue starts hanging out with them, she begins to question the idea that true love doesn't exist and kind of starts a self-discovery of sorts to figure out really what she believes and what she doesn't. I have heard really awesome things about this book, and several of my friends have told me that I needed to read it, so I finally decided to pick it up and give it a go. Alright, the last book I have for you guys is book 2 in the Divergent series, and it is Insurgent. I finished Divergent in a day, and I immediately went out and bought Insurgent. I love the trilogy so far. I am about 60 pages into Insurgent right now, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to see what happens in this book, and then move on to Allegiant and see how this author kind of wraps up the trilogy and what obstacles she throws at Triss, Thor, and Caleb and some of the other characters in these books. I have heard that the end of this book, either you hate it or you love it, or it'll end up giving you just so many problems, or it will be amazing. So I can't wait to see what I think of it and finally finish Insurgent and move on to the next book. So that's all the books I have so far from the month of May. I will be posting the titles and the authors, along with some links to where you can find them, down in the description below. Please subscribe to my channel. I will be putting out more book vlogs and some new book challenges, and some book reviews as well.